Hello, 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 my art friends. How are you? I hope you're wonderful. I am wonderful. And guess what? I finished another sketchbook. I did have one last page, but I don't think I wanted to do anything on this last page. I think it would be kind of weird. I'm gonna let it go and call this finished. So because this is finished, I want to do, and now I have two sketchbooks that I have finished. What I will do is, I think in my next video, I will do a sketchbook flip through of the two sketchbooks I finished, and just show you what I've done and little stories behind them, if there are stories. But let's go. Today is day 20 of World Watercolor Month, and our day is, our word is kitchen. Kitchen, and I am going to use the Daniel Smiths. What color is Daniel Smith for 20? One brilliant number 2, which I do not have, and I've never seen that before. So I know it's not in my dot cards. Oh, do I have Garnet Genuine? I think it's on my list of things to get. Or did I get it? I got Red Fuchsite. I thought I had Garnet Genuine. Maybe not. I have Red Fuchsite twice here, I just noticed. I think Garnet Genuine is on my list, on my want monster list. The good old want monster list. So let's do kitchen. So, God, these are getting harder and harder. So this is this is the Hannah Mule that I had to have, and I actually got 4. So here's number 2. What I did start this with as when I was doing the Wendy Hollander botanical book, I thought I was going to use this because it is watercolor, and but she uses watercolor and color pencils, and I didn't really like the way the color pencils went with this, so I've got hot press paper for Wendy Hollander instead of this. This is cold press. So yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. Let's see, so what I'm going to do is, so I decided not to use this for, I was going to use it exclusively for Wendy Hollander, and once I was done with her book, I was going to start taking her classes, which I still am. But I've been so busy doing World Watercolor Month that I haven't been able to do any of my Wendy Hollander book. So, because I want to get that done. But I'm going to see, before I spend the $50 a month for her classes, but I'm going to do it eventually, one of these days. I want to, since I have Skillshare, I want to see what kind of botanical illustration classes are on there first, since it's already paid for the year. But that being said, and I've only had half a cup of coffee so far. Let's get started with this. Now, kitchen, I'm telling you, it was really hard to find a reference photo, but I will put my reference photo in the posts or community tab that is out there on YouTube if you want to see. When I saw the word kitchen, I immediately saw pots on a stove. And then let me tell you my new favorite, because I have a bunch of, I usually do Pixabay. There's Pixabay, there's PMP, Paint My Picture, for reference photos. There's even a couple of Facebook groups that I've joined that are specifically, specifically they put out reference photos. I should sense, I've got tons of pictures. I could do reference photos and stuff like that. But I get reference photos there as well. And my new favorite place to get reference photos, and I'm sure it's all AI. I think this picture is an AI picture, but I'm kind of liking them because I like the rustic look, is stockcake.com. Stockcake.com. I really like it. I really like the rustic, the vintage stuff like I did for, like the photo, and I think I posted it for Dusty. I had to put this over the thing because I loved the photo for this. And because this is charcoal, I sprayed it with fixative and this went away. So I had to redo it and then put this over it. But I love stockcake.com for rustic reference photos. So that is that. I need another sip of coffee. How about you? Have a sip of coffee with me. So I'm just going to do a really simple pot on the stove for kitchen. Because, granted, I love stock cake, and I went everywhere, even Pixabay. I went everywhere, and let me tell you, the stuff that I found, there was like, every photo had like 6 or 7 pots and pans on a stove. That's too many. It's too many. Maybe I'm very simple. When I cook, it's one pot. Well, it's just me anyway. When I cook, it's one pot, one pan. You know what I should have done? You know what? Now that I'm doing this, I should have done. I have a favorite pan that I love. It's a brazier pan. I'll put a picture of it at the end here. I love this pan. It's a brazier pan that I make. Like, I make all my chicken curries in there. I make my cod dish. I do this cod dish with cod, and I do cans of tomatoes that you squish with your hand, and then cod and fennel and carrots and celery, and it is just so good, so good. This is gonna be kind of a veggie kind of soupy thingy. So I'm gonna do that with paint, of course, because that's why we're here. And then this. Always starts out funny and blobby and whatever. Now, let's see. I'm going to do bokeh in the background, sort of. And then this doesn't have that it's on a gas stove, but I'm making this up in my head. Yes, I am. What a gas stove should look like, right? I haven't had a gas stove, God, in years. I love gas stoves, but I haven't had one. Let's see, I had electric in the house that I owned, which I loved. I actually bought a brand new electric stovetop. The year that I sold it, I didn't know I was leaving. This is just gonna fade off into darkness here anyways. And then this will go like that. And that's gonna fade off into darkness as well, because I'm terrible with details. But I'm gonna have to do a little fire under here, right? A little fire, just a little bit. I don't know about this pot. Well, it's rustic, right? And then I think that's it. The pot looks terrible. It looks terrible, but there's nothing we can do. It's already done. We'll fix it with something. We'll fix it with something. I gotta blow my nose for a minute. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so let's do the background first. I just wanted to do a little bokeh. A little bokeh in the background. And then, if you hear any little ticky noises, that is my vertical blinds. I have them shut because the sun is very, very bright today. As always, we are already on heat, and the reason why they're going ticky is because we're under a heat advisory. So even though I have AC on, I have these what do you call it, tower fans that I still use, because I love a good, let's do Paraline for bokeh. This is, what this is in the background is greens that are in the soup. I like to have tall fans going anyways, because I love a good breeze. And so that's why you're hearing the ticky, ticky, ticky. So it's kind of loud. And the fan, well, it's a nice, the fan is not bad. It's the ticky, ticky. And of course, oh my goodness, I need to replenish my Payne's Gray. We need to replenish that. Payne's Gray. Look at that. I use it so much. It's almost gone. I like my dark, you know how I like my dark corners. So I want it kind of like a bokeh background, but I'm still gonna do a little bit of detail for the greens. And there it goes. Norishisu. Norishisu. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but we'll just do that. Because if you see, once you see the picture, the background or the reference photo that I'll put out there, you'll see that it's very dark. It's very dark. So that's why I like these rustic things. I just love stock cake. There's so many photos in there. The thing is, and the trick is, you might fall in love with the photo, but can you paint it? Can you draw it? That's the thing. I also learned, you know how else I learned this? I learned this when, the hard way, when getting haircuts. You always look at the magazines and you take these pictures to the hairdresser, say, I want this haircut. What you have to do before you take that picture to the hairdresser, you need to cover the girl's face, because if she's probably gonna be absolutely gorgeous, and just look at the hair. And then see if, you know, if that's what you really wanted. Oh gosh. That's funny. So there we go. I like the bokeh. Then while it's still just a tiny bit wet, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more of the Paraline and then do some dark spots for the greens. Oop. And we might even go in there with Micron, maybe. So, what do we do? Shall we do the, let's do, I'm gonna get my 6. Let's get some gray background for the pot. Oh, you know what? There's one spot, it's just, I should have lifted it. Well, this will be the background because we're gonna go in with darker too. Oops, we don't want that green going in there. No siree. So we'll just do like a gray background. And of course, we'll go in with some darker stuff. I might even go in with a little, I brought out my CSY. We might even go in with a little blue silver. So, we'll see. Unless this is going to be a... Gonna have to clean up that Where's my cleanup thing? Here it is. This thing is the best. This is the blender brush. There we go. Let's clean that up. Although it's going to be darker anyways, because we're going to darken that up a little. But we want a base color. Let's get that base color in. So how was your weekend so far? So far so good? Quiet, very quiet. Very quiet. Oop, yep. Oh, more green's coming, trying to sneak in there. Let's get that out of there. There. Very quiet. So then the bottom part here is darker. Let's use Lunar Black, neutral tint, just under here. Well, first of all, we've got to do, let's do the stove part. I want it to just get into the pot, so I want to wait till that dries a little bit. I can see that. Still in the Lunar Black part. And then we'll just do this. Because I did want it to just fade into the blue. Listen to him. And then because this is a gas stove, I'm gonna go by memory. Well, let's see. How about, it's like a blue, right? It's like a blue flame. I have to go look at a picture. I should have had a picture of the blue flame. Oh, and then it went into there. I'm just having a time, aren't I? And then maybe a little bit of, I don't know. I'm just going by memory. All right, let's go in. Let's do some veggies. Let's do some vegetables. Let's start with yellow ochre. And just get some stuff in there. Some good old yellow ochre. Let's do some Hansa Yellow Deep. All right. A little Hansa Yellow Deep. Some green, really greenly green. Should we do sap green? I hope those are dried a little bit. Because these are the greens that are in the background too, so. Of course we can overlay or layer. All right, the ticky-ticky is starting to get a little too loud. Let's take some sap green over here too, because we kind of lost our greens there. But then that seems to be adding, sometimes when you add water, oh, there we go. There we go. Lots of green. And then, of course, we have to have some red. Which kind of red? Pyro red. Let's do some red. Ooh, that looks so, that doesn't look real. Let's do Queen red. Oh, I'm way over here because I went into opera pink. This is Queen red here. Yeah, we don't want opera pink in there. And our veggies. Although I don't think I'm going to do a lot of red. Right? And let's get I'm gonna try Quinn Gold. I know it's a stretch, but why not some Quinn? Oh yeah, some Quinn Gold there. Let's just throw in some Quinn Gold. I don't know what veggie that would be, but we're throwing it in. We are throwing it in. Of course, we'll go in with micron and do a little, you know, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like the Queen Gold. Maybe a little Purulene green. Because it's just a little bit darker. And give me a second, I'm going to turn this fan a different way. Okay. There, that's much better. Because the noise was driving me crazy, and I have no idea what it's going to sound like on the video, so I needed to turn that. So, let's go back in to the gray here. Now that it's just a touch darker, I'll add a little bit of lunar black, just a touch. More gray. And let's go in and just, let's get some shade in here, some shadows. Oop, that's too much. I like that. I like the different colors on there. I like the layers. Of course, here's the lip. And then this little area here. We will go back in with micron to fix that. And then just a little dark. Oops, that's dark. That's a little dark. All right, why not? Let's go with just a touch darker. Why not? Just a touch darker. Under there. Over here. A little water. Just to, there we go. Just to make it a little darker. A little darker, a little shadier. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do with those veggies too. I'll do it with Micron. So under here, let's see, also go we want it dark. I'll have to darken up the stove part a little bit. Go back in and darken that. Let's go in with the lunar black. Much darker. Just on the edge there. Oops, bleeding in there. We're gonna fix a lot of this with Micron, I'm telling you. I am telling you. Let me just go just a tiny, tiny, tiny touch of this. Must be orange fire somehow. A little bit of blue. Oops, I don't want to make green. All right. Okay. Let's let this dry a little bit. Oh, well, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go in with a little bit. Let's just see how it looks. Just a little bit of this blue silver. Oh, that might be nice. Just a little bit of blue. Oh. Oop, oop, oop. Just that might have been a little too much. But that's okay. Just a touch. If we have to, we'll go over it with the gray again. I just wanted to see how that would look. Whew. Something different. Something different. Now let's let this dry, and then we're gonna go in with Micron. I still wanted to fix this background bokeh here. Just go in with some Pyroline and my really long, and just do some lines. So it looks kind of like greens. Very, very little water. Just so it's still kind of bokeh, but giving the idea of greens in the background. I should have done like a red pepper or something too right here, but that's okay, because then we just want this to fade. So yeah, just a few little, just to give that illusion that those are greens in the background. All right. Just really lightly here too. All right. A lot of white spots here I want to get rid of, but we'll do that. All right, we'll let that dry. Okay, I think we have given this ample time to dry. I did make the corners a little darker and got a little carried away, but I forgot to video that. But let's go in with Micron, because Micron fixes everything. I should get a t-shirt that says it. I guess you're noticing that I am a line and wash kind of girl. When I first started doing art in high school, I was introduced to a rapidograph, which was ink that was put in a pen, and you can do, before they invented these things, and you had to put the ink in the pen, and it had a little, nib, and oh, I just loved it. I would just do pen and ink. I would, in my bedroom for hours, little teeny tiny details. And now we have microns. So, and then I was always a pen and ink girl. I still am. I still like pen and ink, but I love color. I love watercolor. So let's try and make this a little rounder. A little bit. I hope you can see this. I noticed that you can't see. My hand is in the way. I might have to figure out a way to, maybe I'll video from the side sometime, and you let me know how that looks so that you can see what I'm doing. I really like how that ended up. That looks good. But of course, so let's do this lip, because this lip goes over the handle. This is going to be kind of sketchy sketch. A little sketchy sketch. It goes over there, it goes under there. This is, but I'm learning, like with that rigid thing that I had to do, I was learning. But this is me learning. This is my journey. You're here with me on my journey. So, how do I want to do this? Let's do this. Let's get this pot here. Let's get it going. More sketchy sketch. A little more sketchy sketch. Let's get that going there. And just let's get some lines in there for the pot. Yep, same here on this side. Oh, I love that micron. Back here, just do some lines for shade. And then right under here, it's under the lip. And then here, I might come in with some white Posca as well for some shine. But right now, so this lip goes around here too. Let's see. Kind of goes around like so. Just like this lip, just a little bit so. And then around there, oops. There. Let's get some more lines in there. Just a few. Just a few. More lines toward the end for shading. Oh, we gotta get this guy in here. My proportions are horrible. Can you tell? Just horrible. Let's color this in here on the bottom. Yep. We're gonna do some white Posca too to do some shine up there. And then let's get this cleaned up down here. I do like how that lunar black looks though. It does look like that. Whatever that stuff, what is it? It's kind of like the same stuff those Lodge frying pans are made out of. Let's clean this up too. Clean that up. cast iron. I just want to do this like, because this is darker back there. Let's just do some shading. That's what we'll do here. Let's do some, so this is like the fire. Underneath. And then we'll just do some shading under here. So it's not the same color as the pot. Not bad, not bad. It's kind of coming together. My proportions are all wackadoo. Maybe I should do pencil first, I don't know. My proportions are a little wackadoo. Let's see, a little bit. But we can always fix it with just some shading here, right? You can just play with your eye with some shading. That's all. That's all. Kind of like that. Okay, so then under here, more shading. Darker towards the middle. Darker towards the middle. And then there. That's a jumble. We are not done. So, yeah. Oh yeah, this helps. This helps a little bit. This here. It helps. So, let's get these veggies. I'm going to show you what I wanted to do with these veggies. First, we'll just outline these a little bit around the rim. Sketchy sketch outline. But what I want to do is, see these little white pieces? Color in, we're coloring in the negative space. I did this with with some trees when I did plein air, and I liked the way it looked. And oh, I think this will help too. Just doing some negative space black really helps. Kind of like what we did over here with the dark. We're gonna do this with the black micron to give this an idea of many things in our vegetable soup. I think it's vegetable soup. Maybe it's more like a kale soup. That's another soup that I do make. Oh, I love making this kale soup. You just, kale yams, diced yams, brown them in olive oil, the diced yams, and olive oil and garlic. Brown them in the bottom of the pan, and then add your yellow, or I like cannellini beans. Add your cannellini beans, and then and your chicken stock or vegetable stock or whatever. Simmer, and then when it's almost done, add your kale. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. Do some dotterelles. Add your kale. A secret to when you're making like kale soup is do not put the cover on. If you put the cover on your soup when the kale is in there, it turns your greens a dull green. If you want them to be bright green and stay bright green, do not put the lid on. That's your tip for today. And I always put in at the end, towards the end, because kale really doesn't take that long. You just need to really pretty much blanch it and stuff like that. You can add onions when you're doing the garlic and stuff like that too, if you like onions and any other zucchini, whatever other veggies you like. Ooh, see, now doesn't that look better with a negative space and a couple dotterels? That looks much better. Yes, yes, yes. Much better. Yes, yes, yes. That looks a little bit better. Unfortunately, my stuff always looks kind of cartoony. Should we do just a little bit of, just a little bit? I don't want a lot. There we go. Not bad, not bad at all. Let's do, just on the edges, just on the corners. A little bit more, just a little bit more. Let's go in. Oh, this looks really weird down here. Let's get a little bit more shading. That looks weird. Let's do a little bit more shading, and then I'm gonna come in with a little bit of paint because it does look kind of, let's just, here. Let's come in with neutral tint. I don't want it watery. Neutral tint. There we go. There we go. Just, I don't want to draw a lot of attention to that cross hatching stuff down there. So I'm going to put some neutral tint there. Okay. Okay, so let's get some white. Actually, I'm going to do, is this Jelly Roll? What is this? Oh, this is the Uniball. Jelly Roll or Uniball? Let's see. Let's do a little bit here. A little white there. A little white there. A little white here. Oops, that's too much. A little white there. And then, I don't know. I just want to, I don't know why I did that. I'm going to fix that. Let's do a couple of white dotterels in there. Just a few, very light white in here, but faded. Yeah, I don't want that showing up real good. Yeah, that's gonna have to be it. Actually, let's go over that real, not crazy about that white, but I wanted just a touch of it to show, just a touch, there we go, much better. I think this is it. I think this is it. Fire didn't do real well, but that's okay. I think that's it. I don't want to play with it anymore. These handles could have been done better. But hey, this is good. This is good for kitchen, right? Let's pull these off. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I'm telling you, these Hanamule sketchbooks. Let me just pick that up. Very disappointing the way the tape doesn't come off nicely. Oh. helps a lot. I'm gonna have to get something, this isn't long enough. But not bad. Ooh, not bad. Not bad for kitchen. My proportions are not that great, but you know what? Next time, now I learned, next time I need to be more proportionate. Kitchen. And this is for 20, 25. I kind of like it, looks good. Oh, it's gonna look so good when I put that gel gloss on. That'll help. That always helps. Micron helps and gel gloss helps. Yeah, proportions could have been better, but I love it. Thanks for being here for day 20 of World Watercolor Month, and I'll see you in the next video. The next video will probably be 2 sketchbook flip-throughs of finished sketchbooks. See you later. Love you guys. Love you.